Kirsten, the problem solving teacher and Teachers Pay Teachers author. If you like my videos, please remember to hit the notification bell, like and subscribe. Not only will it let you know when new videos are coming out, it will help other teachers find the videos using YouTube's algorithm. Okay. So a couple months back, I shared with you guys how I was changing up some of the planning and systems for my business. And so I wanted to kind of update you on my planning notebook and how that was going, because having a good plan and system for your business goes a really long way for your productivity and thus your success. So I wanted to show you how that process was going for me, and so that's what we're going to talk about today. I am hoping that by the end of 2021, I will kind of have foolproofed this system to help me be super efficient with the hours I have to work on Teachers Pay Teachers, because I work during nap time and bedtime, which is not a lot of hours a week. It is possible to have a very successful TpT store using that amount of time, but I am going to be trying to make my systems more efficient and try to get the most out of that time. All right, so over the last several months, I've moved my planning from various Post-its and lists and Google Docs and planners and everything into a notebook. Yes, a good old-fashioned back to school time, get them for $1 notebook. And I literally, when I close my laptop, I put this on top or underneath. This notebook stays with my laptop all the time. And that's what makes it happen for me, okay? So I'm gonna tell you all about the evolution of my notebook over the last couple of months, and hopefully this will kind of help you develop a system that it works for you or works better for you or improves what you have been doing already. So I started my notebook. You can kind of see the various Post-its at the top and binder clips to help keep it organized. I started it with various sections. There's my blogging, my YouTube section, my blogging section. I started it with just like various sections for each task of my business because I didn't know how it was all going to come together. But I knew I wanted it to all come together in a more organized way. But I needed to get all of my thoughts and pieces into a notebook and kind of build that habit of everything going in here rather than on the random index card and Post-it and all the things that I could lose and not be able to find. So now pretty much everything goes somewhere in here. And I will, every once in a while, I'll still grab a Post-it or something, but Post-its can go right in here too. And I can always tape them in so I don't lose them. So in August, I started to try to bring all of the pieces of my notebook together. So it took me a couple of months of like working on it, and then I was like, I'm going to bring everything together. And I'm going to show you my my sketched version. So I decided to try it. I turned to the next 2 clean pages. That was these. And I made a plan. I planned out my YouTube. I planned out, oh, therejust YouTube. I planned out my YouTube. I planned out my blogs for the month. And I was just like, these are they gonna be them? They're gonna be the titles. I didn't need a lot of detail there. I just wanted to see what was coming for the month. And then there's my YouTube. There are the resources that I was starting to work on because I was working on my grammar at the same time, but I wanted to have some other things in there. So I had a section for resources. And then on the next page, I sketched out my calendar, like super, super neat and organized, right? Almost as good as those bullet journals that everybody does. No, I'm not that creative, nor do I have time for a super fancy bullet journal. They're beautiful, it's just too much. So I have my goals, and then I have my calendar, which you can see, maybe you can't see, I've done a lot of erasing and adjusting on this. So just because it's on the calendar, it doesn't mean it's set in stone. So I tried to take my goals and put them on the calendar. Okay. Then over the next few pages, I did my SEO research. So here is actually where I started to write out the products I was going to do. So like this is what it is. And then here's the research I did. And I included all the numbers of like the search volume and how hard it is to rank for it. And then I kind of took that information and I matched it with the product I wanted it to go with. But it's color coded, and look, it gets a little messier. And here is a post-it that or some notes that I put in there that I was using. And then this is more product research, but it all goes with everything that I did in September, which is super nice because if I started the product in August. If I started the product in August, this is where it's going to be. It's going to be on one of these 2 pages, my research. Okay. If I needed to sketch something out for my blog or for my YouTube channel, I still put those notes back here. I still put them in that section, but for the most part, all of my notes were in here, and that calendar page, that's where I looked every day before I started my work. So I liked how it worked out. I liked how it organized me for the month. I liked being able to see everything laid out just how it was. It kept my goals forefront and focused rather than on one of my YouTube pages that I maybe forgot to look at the rest of the month. And so one thing that I like, so as soon as I sit down to work, I open it up and then I can see and I can make adjustments for my plan. I can erase, which I did a lot of, and it makes it easy to get going. After working on this for the month, I decided that I like working with the system. Of course, I'm going to keep evolving and changing it to make it more efficient. One thing that I like about it is if we have a super short car ride where I know I can get a little bit done, but not a lot, I can grab it and I can make notes or do things in here. I can also not spend the whole car ride being like, what should I do now? I can just like look at this and be like, oh, I'm going to work on that. The other thing is with my monthly plan, I have all this room in the back where I can make extra notes and put anything else that I need in there. I have it all offline. We go to Maine a lot and there's no Wi-Fi where we stay in Maine. And so having like all of my SEO research available so that I can write my blogs with the SEO available, it's super helpful. It's really, really helpful. All right, my kid woke up. I'll see you later. Hi guys, sorry I have to apologize. My toddler woke up, I had to go get him. So if this is a little choppy or repetitive, it's just part of mom life. All right, so I'm trying to remember exactly where I was because it was 24 hours ago that I was recording this for you. All right, so I had decided that I loved the way that this worked out. I loved being able to see the whole month at a glance. And it really just helped me be able to organize my thoughts, work more efficiently, and have a good plan for the month. So, like any TpT creator, I went to the next step and I made myself a little bit of a fancier version. So you can see I have my blogs and I added, planning, writing, editing, graphics, and then sharing it out. And my YouTube is very similar. I have any dates to keep me organized, the episode number, the blog number, and all of the things that I would need to make sure that I get each step done along the way. And then down here, which I have not yet filled out for September, is the resources that I want to create for the month, because my goal is to be making 10. I don't even know that I have 10 spaces there, but I want to create 10 resources, so that might need some fine tuning still. And then you can see I have my September goals here. I just wanted to make sure that I left myself space, that they are going to go right with the calendar, because after I've read out my goals, I take and I put them on my calendar in pencil, of course, because like all of my recording was supposed to happen yesterday, but my toddler woke up, so I have to finish my recording a second day, which kind of throws off my plan a little bit, but I have to like go with the flow and accept the changes, which is a challenge for me and my personality. So I just printed a blank calendar from my Mac, and I took off everything but the holidays. And then I also, on my calendar, I already put in where I'm going to have blog releases and YouTube releases, so that's on there automatically. And then I just fill in my plan for each day and what I'm going to be working on that day. And there's plenty of room that I can get into more detail, which is one of the things I want to start doing, as well as keeping better track of the time I spend on things. So I'll be better able to plan the amount of time I need to create something, and also so that my expectations are more exact. And then in the following pages I'll have, so this is like the SEO that I did for my blogs, so it's right there. I'm doing better with labeling it, and that will help me stay organized in the long run if I want to go back and look at the SEO, or if I'm writing and I don't have access to my SEO research site, I can just look at what I've already done here. So that's been super helpful. I know it seems kind of silly that I'm in a notebook. I don't know about you, but I've always liked notebooks way better than binders. I think it's more convenient. However, with this current format, I might end up moving it into a binder, but right now I like notebooks. So this is what's working for me, but I expect the system to evolve. I'm hoping by the end of the year, as I go into 2022, I will have a more fine-tuned system in place to start out the new year. All right, so I think that's everything about how my planning notebook has evolved as I'm trying to develop systems that work. If you like this video, if you have some systems that work, I'd love to hear about them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me something in the comments, and we can chat about it. Have an awesome day.